this life, sometimes things grow cold. In this life, tests can take their. But one thing my God promised me, He said He would be right there. So as this rain falls on me, I will trust Him still to get glory out of this life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get glory out of this life. Yeah, 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 yeah. Get glory out of this life. In this life, sometimes things go wrong. In this life, every day can be the same song, same that song. But one thing my God promised me, He said He would never leave. Hello. So as this rain falls on me, I will trust Him still to get glory out of this life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get glory out of this life. I do not own the rights to this song, and this song is called This Life from Isaiah Templeton. This Life. Isaiah Templeton. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Ronnie. So, Cash App. So, you put in $, God's Mouthpiece 0721. That's the $, in the Cash App, of course. $, God's, GODS, Mouth, MOUTH, Peace, PIECE 0721. And that is the Cash App. Thank you, Ronnie, so much. Hi, Sunny, how are you? Good to see you. I see you, TD. Thank you all for coming. Come on, share. Tell everybody that the Prophet Speaks is on. And we're going to get into it today. I said I was going to deal with the Avatar. And I was watching it last night. And I got some good words from it. And so we are going to delve in. I am playing Isaiah Thompson, This Life. This life, sometimes things grow. In this life, tests can take their toll. Things can get cold. Life can take its toll. My God promised me. He said He would be right there. So as this rain falls on me, I will trust. Thank you all for coming on. Thank you all for coming on. Now using this new thing that I have going on, the live producer. I think that's what it's called. So y'all pray. I like the old version better because I can control it a little bit better. Blessings to you, Bishop. So good to see you. I see Bishop-elect Brown on. Blessings. This life, sometimes things go wrong. I am listening to and playing Isaiah Templeton, This Life. Same sad song. One thing my God promised me, He said He would never leave. So as this rain falls on me, I will trust Him still. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for being on. I'm trying to see who is on. I don't want to miss anybody. I don't like this new one because I can't see who is on. And if somebody knows how to get me to how this thing works, then we'll work on it together. Amen. And His glory will be revealed in my soul. Blessings, Santoinette. Thank you all for being on. The prophet speaks. So I'll trust Him still to get glory out of this life. Get glory out of this life. Hey Doc, how are you? Honey, this life right here is very different. Yes. Bless you, Pastor Janice. Honey, allergy season is already on us. Already on us. Get glory out of this life. This one right here. I just want you to get glory out of this life. Get glory out of this life. Out of this life. And so thank you all for being on with the Prophet Speaks. I am Prophet Tawana, and it's so good to be on with you all. Share with somebody, let somebody know, share. Tell your friend, your neighbor, your frenemy, your enemy that it speaks is on. We are going to deal today, Michelle, how are you, with the avatar. I talked a little bit about it last week and talked about how we show up in the world and how we have these avatars or these representations of who we are in the world, and it's not really who we are in the world. It's not who we are at home. It's not who we are when we're around certain people. It's not who we are when we are in the company of people. So today we're going to talk about the avatar. Michelle, yeah, inbox me, Michelle, later after this. The Lord wants to share some things with you. The avatar. So I watched the movie again last night. I have seen the Avatar countless of times. I went to the movies, I think, to see it. And I think I saw it in 3D. I think it was playing in 3D at one point. And it is about a soldier or these soldiers going into this place called Pandora. How ironic. And in Pandora, the United States Army got into getting the minerals or the things up under Hassan, up under the earth, that is supposed to be the brain inside of the earth that connects people, connects heart to heart, breast to breast, connects elements in the earth such as the trees, the animals, and things to human existence and to humans. And good old greedy men saw an opportunity to make money. But in making the money, they were supposed to kill up and displace thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people lived in Pandora. And on Pandora, they were one with the universe, one with nature. They were one with animals. one with each other, and they were able to understand life as they knew it to be an evolution or an ever-evolving circle. They needed each other to survive. The earth and the trees and the nature, they needed the humans, or they needed the people there in Pandora. And in Pandora, there was two trees in particular. One was the tree of life, and one was the tree where they all dwelt and all lived in. That is where their life source came from. One was the tree of soul, and the other was tree of life. And in the tree of soul is where all of the ancestors to have lived after they had transitioned. And so they get a group of soldiers to come in from the United States and from wherever they were from. And there was one soldier in particular who had a twin brother whose twin brother had died. One brother died, and the other twin brother was left without his legs, left in a wheelchair. So his avatar, or his brother's avatar, because they were identical twins, they shared the same DNA, the brother's avatar was said to have been well enough or feasible enough for him to fit in and to live in. And the reason that they created these avatars to look like the natives in Pandora was so that they can go in, they can see, they can earn their trust, deceive, and take their land from them. Well, he gets there. His name is Jay, the differently able-bodied soldier. Got into his brother's avatar. They became one. They worked together, and in his new body, the soldier was able to walk, run, and do all the things that his old body could not do. And this avatar was taken out into Pandora to take a trial run on how it would be in his body, or the avatar that was created for his body. He gets out there, he gets disconnected from his pack, and he has to begin to function without really fully knowing how his avatar worked, to get out there and fully function and not die in the middle of Pandora. And he gets out there and he meets someone, and the someone that he meets, they running because she sees him. And what happens is, how are you, Sonia? What happens is there is an attack. Jay in avatar body, and bless you, Apostle Hopkins, bless you. And he gets out there, and because he knows nothing about how to survive out there, he is attacked by native creatures, and they go kill him. But one of the native princesses, who he eventually gets to know, and as the story progresses, I'm gonna get there. But I need to give you some context to where I'm going today. To get there, she ends up killing part of where she lives to save his life. Well, while he's out there, not fully functioning in his body, doesn't know how the body works, he is trying to understand now what's happening to him. And while this is happening, he comes into a crossroad, or he comes into interface with the native supposed prophets, who come to him, and it is supposed to be a sign that he is one of the ones who's called to help save people and to bring some balance. Because as the story goes on, there's supposed to be war, there's supposed to be death, then there's supposed to be a resurgence of life. So as we get into this avatar, his now is becoming acclimated to somebody else's avatar. That's first thing. Second thing is he does not know fully how to function in the avatar that's not his. It's not for him. Bless you. Bless you, LaShawn. Bless you. The avatar that he is now living in is not his avatar. It was not made for him, but he took it on because there was similar DNA from his brother and an identical DNA, which meant scientifically it was supposed to fit him. Well, we live in these bodies as we know it to live out a purpose, to live out how we're supposed to manage in the earth. Our purpose is to be something, is to do something, is to live for God, is to serve people. And sometimes we have mishaps and mistakes happen, and we do not fully get to operate or fully get into our purpose because accidents and incidents happen. Sometimes it is the fault of decisions we make, but sometimes and most times it's out the fault of somebody else. Not fault finding today, because that's not what this is. We're going to deal with the avatar. We're going to deal with the representations that show people, because we want people to see us. We want people to know us. And us people know is not really who we are. Is not how we represent. Is not fully it's not fully who we are. It's not our full selves. It's not our full operating. So we have problems because the person that we want people to see is the person that we really have not gotten to know. We have not gotten to really know and come into communication and become one with who we want people to see. Because the people that we want people to see, or the person we want people to see, oftentimes is not fully developed in mind, fully developed in body, fully developed in spirit. We are missing something because we have missed in some of our stages of development, be it in utero, be it adolescence, we have missed certain stages of our lives because certain things happen in our lives. And because that's happened, we have missed opportunities to really fully know who we are, and really fully coming into who we are. We made some mistakes because we have tried to protect ourselves. And I'm going to keep pulling back from who we are because it's going to make sense as I go. The opportunity for somebody to see us is where most of us want to be. We want people to see us. We want people to see our failures, our frailties. We want people to see our insecurity and still love us. But the interesting thing about that is when there are, because not everybody is going to see your insecurity and your failure and your frailty and love you, because they sit themselves in a seat of judgment and they have not been. The other thing is that the failure, the insecurity, and the frailties that we have, we use them as crutches to judge the people and to keep other people at bay. Because we feel like if we let people see our full selves, people might not like us, or they may not love us fully, completely for who we are. And thus we operate with just part of ourselves, or this avatar, or this person that want people to see, because now, but how say really is it? How safe is it when you really can't be your full, complete self? Because at home, you really your best and safest and full self. When you in a relationship with somebody, you should be able to be fully, completely your whole self without judgment, without somebody telling you, oh, you can't do that, oh, you shouldn't do that, or why. At home, you should be able to be fully, completely yourself. Your home should be your safe space. And if your home is not a safe space, then you need to start cleaning. You need to start uprooting. You need to start doing the things that you do to make your home a safe space for you to be. Because some of us are fighting in our home because we are not able to be fully and completely our full selves. Fighting in relationships because people want us to be something else and we're not. Well, when you met me, this is how I was. Now, hear what I'm saying to you. Now, the person you are is not the real person that you are. Because there are things that change as you get older. Be changing. If you are the same way you were, if you are 40 plus, if you are the same way at 40 plus that you were at 21, 22, then you have not changed, and you therapist. Yes, I said it. You need a therapist. You need to deal with those things that happen. You are still the same 40-something and 50-something and 60-something years old that you were when you were 20 and 30. You need help. You need a therapist, and you need to go sit on somebody's couch. It's not a judgment. That is because if you cannot change as you get older, as you grow older, as you grow wiser, you are stuck in your way, and you want people to conform your way, and your way is not always right. In your way, there needs to be some compromise. But if you can't compromise and your way is right and you don't want to be in a relationship, the relationship ain't working for you, then honey, you need to be by yourself until you learn that relationships are give and take. All of work relationships, home relationships, church relationships, friends relationships. I'm not just talking about intimate relationships. All relationships. If you can't be yourself, if you got a distance from friends, if you can't have friends out of your relationship and they be healthy friends, and they're not friends that cross boundaries, hello, then you need some help, because the person that you're in a relationship with is not the end all to be all to your life, and that is not where you should be able to get all of your things from. I know I said I got a wife, and my wife does not give me everything, and vice versa. There are certain relationships that I have, that she has, that she gets what she needs, and you should be able to do that with healthy boundaries. Notice what I said: the boundaries. The avatar shows up now for Jake and shows himself, and he is being seen by the girl. She is the princess, and she is now, because in her mind, he is a violator, and he is coming to upset the balance. But when he has an encounter with the quote unquote light from the tree, the from the tree come to him, and they sit on him, they light him up, they illuminate him, and the thing she thought about him, now she has to begin to rethink, because the universe gives her a sign, a signal. She brings him back to her family, she brings him back to the tribe, and now the tribe now has to try him. What he has to do now is learn how to live in community in this new body. Now, there are seasons and times when he come in from wherever he is Dora and disconnect from that body. So there is a home base where he goes to and he disconnects from the avatar. The avatar rests and he has a reflection, and the avatar is there until he comes back, until he needs to show up again in that body. He has to now do self-inventory in the same body. He goes to a home base where he is fully disabled, he can't walk, and he is at the mercy of science and the government. Sound familiar? He's at the mercy of science and the government. And the government is making decisions over science, and science is trying to say something else. There is something different there. But for the money, the government is saying, no, you have to do this. So this is what you will do. You will go in, you will infiltrate, you will kill up, and you will get me what I want. But there's something happening to Jake while he goes out, as he is learning how to live. We have had to learn how to live in our avatar, and the avatar sometimes makes mistakes. The avatar sometimes is not. Sometimes the avatar people to see it, but it's still not seen. Not appreciated, still not given its just due. Come on. So I was trying to learn in community what it's like to live in this new body he has gotten to get acclimated to only turn around and betray the people that's going to teach him how, because that's his assignment originally. But then something happens as he is learning, as he is in this avatar. He is learning the way of the people. He is learning how to be all over again. And when he comes out of his avatar, as he is disconnecting his memory of being in this avatar, now is in his life, in his real body, is giving the ability to self-reflect. Some of us need to self-reflect through this. And his self-reflection now is letting him see his true self. Because when you begin to get into your true self now has two things. It becomes responsible for your actions, for your deeds, for your words. But it also becomes accountable to the community to which yourself is called to. Say that again. Your avatar, your true self, you have to be responsible or for your deeds, your actions, and your words. And you have to be accountable to the people that you are be a part of, to the community, because you are not called for yourself. Your true self is not called. You can do whatever you want to do when you want to do it and how to do it. Your true self is called accountability. There is some accountability. You're not called to be an island to yourself. Your true self. You learn your true self and an avatar that you want people to see. Because the art that people see is still not being seen. So you might as well get in touch with your true self. So your true self, if you got to go put on that suit, your true self will, and things that they say in the avatar when they come and be with each other, or when they come and each other. Reading in, I see you. I see you. And the return greeting back is, I see you. don't want people to walk up to us and say, I see you. One of the hardest things for people to do is to talk to you and look in your eye while they're talking. Most of the time, people greet you, they don't in your face. They look all over. They looking over your head. They looking on the sides of your face. They looking at your feet. They trying to size you up. They really to see you. But the greeting in them was when they came into community with, into contact with each other, and when they greeted each other, I see you. And the return greeting was, I see you. When last time you got in front of somebody and I see you and you didn't get uncomfortable? What you see? What you see? Because the moment somebody say, I see you, we immediately go, what you see? What you talking about? What you talking about? You see what? What you see? What you see? I don't know what you talking about. We immediately to share this with somebody. Share this with somebody, because when I started about that avatar last week, everybody was advertising for the week that we're talking about avatar. I want somebody to see the real me and love the real me. And if the real me is not all that, the person that's calling you is also the person that help you be your true self. And we want to miss that mishap. We want to do all sorts of kinds of things. We want to hem and haw. We want to run. We going. We don't want nobody really to see us. But the last time we let somebody see the real us and be okay with the real us being seen. But you know why we have a problem seeing somebody and we're seen is because we sit in the seat of judgmental spirit. Because like we're right all the time. We should say black or white. There is no grace in the middle, grace for mistakes. And here's the thing, that some of us got selective amnesia. I forgot when we make, because when we make mistakes, we want people to get over it. We want people to get past it. Said I'm sorry. I said okay, you said you're sorry, now let me sit with my feelings for a moment. Let me be upset, let me be hurt, let me be angry, and then let us come back to it. But you want me, when you say you sorry with no behavior, no behavior, go back to the way it was. It doesn't work. So when somebody is seeing you, you have to let somebody see you for real. When he met with the queen, when Jake came in contact with the queen, the princess, while he was in his advocate, and Jake began to learn the ways of the people of Pandora, realized how jacked up he was. He realized how he was. He realized how superficial. He realized how selfish he was. He realized how his mind was. He realized was not who he was. Guy. As long as we got our defense up, guard comes down and somebody sees running for the hill. You trying to hide, trying to get back connected to that avatar. All you want people to see is what you want. But if you want them to see the real you, you show yourself. I dare you to put in the comments, show yourself. It's time yourself and show your true self. I want somebody to see me. And I want somebody to love me when they see me. Because I see people. I see people. There was a moment in life. There was a moment in my life when I was not so so open. I had a shield up, and I had that shield up because every time I guard down, somebody broke it. Broke my spirit. Every time I look, because here's what I don't do for people. I judge people according to the last person that hurt me. That I don't do. Everybody deserves a fair chance to. And if that is the position that I'm in relationships ever for me, because of the level of hurt, disconnect, misunderstanding, miscommunication, betrayal, all of it. If I went into relationships that way, not be in a relationship, not a healthy relationship, wouldn't be in a relationship that can be fruitful, because every relationship needs to be worked on. But if I judge people based upon the last relationship I was in, I wouldn't be in no relationship, because I would always believe that somebody was harmed. Now, let me say this. Some people jump in and out of relationships because they can't be by themselves. They have a problem being. They have a problem being alone. Problem being by themselves. They gotta have some all the time with them. They got to move. Well, when you get with the job, you get a new job. You don't stay with the job. When you like your friends in and out. Well, we fell out, honey. Well, why? They want money. Now, see, you saying my set up badly. Well, what? Because I want you to hear me. I shouldn't be breaking up at all. I just put a new. Hear me? Is that better? Is that better? Let me know, because I don't want to. Let me know. Say something. Chat. But is it better? Snap, crackle, pop. Okay. I'm going to keep, but I also went on another. And so when people try to find them, because they got to find, it's difficult when you know yourself truly, whole and completely. And in order for somebody to know you, you are you have to be intentional to show up. You got to be intentional to show yourself, because the intentionality means that you're willing to at least try. You're willing to at least try for people to see you. You're willing to try to let people understand really, fully, completely. If you don't want people to see you, you are going to always blame on somebody else. And you're not going to understand or never get into a relationship that's full, that's complete. Your community, you're always going to be on the outskirts of your community, because people want to see you. They do not want to see this facade Now, for those of us who feel, well, if they see me, they're not gonna like me. Well, you gotta like yourself. Then you gotta like yourself. So Jake's avatar had self-pity in his old body, but in his new body, he was strong, brilliant. He had all of the faculties that he would have wanted in his old body. Some things that the avatar was teaching Jake, but he had to be willing to learn it. And so we have to understand that while we are learning learning who we are, learning what our purpose is, why we go into places and go into, because not every place that we're called to, we go to, are we called to. Come on. Some of us are going in places and spaces because our looks a certain kind of way and the access. But when we get in, ourselves shows up and we don't know how to stay. Your character will get you in the door, but your character is going to keep you in the door. Let me say that again. Your charisma, your charismata, how you show up, your held confidence, that thing that comes, that gets people drawn in, the things that you say something powerful and you have some energy, a little bit of this, and you have it, and you have it, and that's the thing that gets people drawn, and they get in, and they see you and your character and how you and that they be like, nothing but a show. Nothing but a show. If you remove the veils and let your charisma be one name and walk with humility, then the people will not have a problem with seeing you, and you will not have a problem with you, because that is most important principle of the avatar. The most important principle of the avatar was so he can get accustomed to this new life he was living in and being able to function in it with full functionality. Not to where he was going, he didn't want about what it was going to look like, his life was going to look like. Because the thing is that you have to make yourself responsible for change. Jake is responsible to learn the way of the people of Pandora. He's responsible for learning how to speak the language of the people of Pandora. He had to learn their practice, how they ate, how they slept, the way they fought, the way they connected with nature. They prayed, because there was a scene in the movie where his friend, he learned about what was happening, and then he began to get acclimated to his avatar, and the break begins to come through his avatar, because it does come through. So should be able to in-house and embark and overtake your avatar. So your avatar that you want people to see, it really does be the person that people see. And so as he is acclimating and the true Jake is connecting with the avatar, and now the avatar is becoming the true Jake with full courage, full functionality, with full ability to walk and talk and all of those things, he begins to have an opportunity to sit and understand their way. Seeing when they get to and the scientists now, after all, they get into a whole lot of confusion and they want to bomb up stuff, the scientists and Jake and his friends, now they have found out what the true plot was, and now they have decided, or they have changed their minds about being a part of the initial betrayal. And because their minds are changing, because they're being seen for them true selves and for who they are. Now their minds are changing, their attitudes are changing, their functions is changing, and theirs are changing. And so now they end up with the people of Dora now, and in one scene, the scientist gets hurt. The scientist gets hurt, and they bring her to the tree where the ancestors are, where the healing happens. So they bring her human body and they bring her avatar both at the same time to the tree. When they get to the tree, they lay them, and now the tree of life begins to connect with both the avatar and the human body. And he goes on to say that know what Iwa has to say, whether I will take her on and bring her back, whether Iwa will take her on and she does not want to come back. So they're praying the ritual, they have the avatar and her body, and when they get to it, and Iwa lights up, the scientist says, I see Iwa, I see what's happening, everything that is true. She now understands the power of prayer, power of community, and she does not come back. She stays with Iwa and becomes now a part of the life tree. She becomes a part of the life tree because she understands her assignment now to begin to connect with the life source and begin to be a part of the life giving. Because we want to take life. We want to take life. We want to take it. We want to keep taking, and we never give anything. Scientist now decides that she does not. She becomes part of the life-giving source, and she stays with in the tree of life. There's a scene now where Jake has to eventually come to the same tree with the same kind of decision making. His human body and the avatar are both having an intersection with each other. They have to become one in the same person. They are now in the process after Jake in his human body has now changed his mind and attitude has changed. He wants, when people see the avatar, he wants the avatar to be him, but they have not merged yet. So when disconnection comes, there always has to be some connected to something else. When you disconnect from one thing, you have to connect to another thing. And I don't need nobody. Oh, I don't need this. And I don't. You always need somebody. You need somebody, because when it came time to be seen, he had to come back. And it was the initial betrayal was found out. He had to apologize. And he had to out this process for the people to get over from being hurt. When they got over being hurt, we made a mistake. He is a part of it. Because what he did was he came back and changed behavior. He tried to make right what was wrong. Change behavior. There was a new discipline. There was a new attitude in the old Jake. So when the avatar, the new Jake out, when they merged at the tree of life, they became one and the same person. And when they now come in contact with each other says, I see you. And the response was, I see you. When you allow somebody to see you, when will you allow somebody access in? I'm going to leave that question right there. You allow somebody access in. Because we don't want, we got a problem with it. Oh, ain't nobody close to me. Ain't nobody ever going to do that to me again. That bitter root judgment, every time you say, ain't nobody ever gonna, ain't nobody ever gonna get that close to me. Nobody's gonna get that to me. I'm never gonna do that again. Every time you bitter root judgment, something comes up and you change that judgment. Sometimes you got to bite your tongue and you go back on the very thing that you would never do. I would never. There's some things I would never take. I would never do. You ain't never gonna do that to me. And the very thing I'm never gonna do is the very thing that it's happened and it's happening. And so I have to go back and ask myself forgiveness. Some forgive ourselves for putting bitter root judgments in place. Judgments in place against people and against ourselves. Some of us live with guilt because we've done something. We can't change it. We did it. We acted. Yes, we did. But I'm really sorry. I'm really repentant. Because when it came time to go back to community, he had to read. Then he went. And then when the people were over from being mad and upset with him, they joined forces and were able to defeat the enemy. There is an enemy that's within and without. There is an enemy that lies within us that makes us believe that people are against us all the time. The enemy lives within us that makes us believe that people want to get close. They want something from us. They want to do us dirty and do us. There is something that does not trust ourselves. There is something in us that does not trust yourself. You doggone sure ain't gonna trust other people. There's a time when you have to give yourself an apology for holding your own self hostage by your pity, by your low self-esteem, your low self-worth, by the places and spaces were not affirmed, by those places and spaces where you were not validated. The enemy within will always tell you that something and somebody is against you and of God. Well, can I tell you that if you keep that guard up, you will always, when I tell you, you will always come to your own eyes. Because you're always think that it's somebody else and it ain't nobody you. The times and trauma in your life, you got to dig with that trauma. You got to dig in it. You got to sit with it. You got to uproot it. You got to cry about it. You got to roll about it. You got to about it. You got to snot about it. You got to do you got to start writing letters. You got to do some phone calls. Come on. You got to having Zoom virtual conferences because here's what I know. Until you are healed within, you will never without. The out never be. I can't be healed. You never deal with you and your stuff. Jake deal with his stuff, even in the and without the avatar, with the thing that he wanted people to see, and with he didn't want people to see. So how terrible is that you want people to see? You won't even deal with yourself. You won't even deal with the inner you. You won't deal with the enemy. The enemy you want people to see. You don't want people to see. Because there's an inner you that you want people to see, but there's you that you don't want nobody to have access to. You don't want nobody to know your you don't want nobody to know who you are. You don't want nobody, because you don't even like who you are in those times. When it's some behavior, you don't like yourself. But until you love yourself, eating too much, shopping, sexing, too much of thing is just too much. We lack discipline. We lack discipline because we here, we here, we there, here we are. We don't stay long enough to learn nothing about nobody. Can't nobody teach you nothing, because if somebody sees you, you run. Somebody gonna call you out. Well, they should call you out. Deal with you. And only the people that's gonna call you out of you. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people that want out because they don't like you. They want people to know who you are. Want to expose you. I'm not talking about those people, because those people, they have their place. About your avatar, and they see you, they trust you, they push you to good, they push you to your best self. Your avatar to be seen and loved for the real God. But it's interesting in the because Jake had to come, and I told you Jake had to come to a bed until he was to see with the eyes of the people he was called to, until he was able to really in spirit with Pandora. He's not able to connect with the one thing or a few of the things that were supposed to protect him. Now there are some protection mechanisms that are unhealthy. Let me say that. A horrible attitude, and his first thing was fight or flight. We have it. I'm getting better with mine, because my first was to fight, and I'm fighting and then flighting, and I'm not gonna flight until I. But I have learned counseling, and with me being in counseling, and with me being and dealing with my own self and dealing with my own spirit and understanding why I do and how I do it. The reasons that I was doing some of the things that I was doing. Because when you find out why, you'll stop doing the what. When you find out why you do what you do, you will stop doing what you do. And the how it will become irrelevant, because you ain't it at all. So when you find out the why and deal with the why you are doing what you're doing, then you what will automatically come. And so Jake came to a space where he is struggling to live, struggling to breathe, struggling to be, even in the even in the space that people get to see him, what he wants. That now is suffocating. That avatar now is challenged, because your avatar is going to be challenged when your true identity wants to show up, when your true wants to be seen, when your true self wants to be known, to be present, to be relevant, your true self to expose your avatar. And so now the avatar is in trouble. The avatar is in trouble. So when they get to the place where now he's trying to breathe and trying to do and this and that, and he's trying to fight and get all of that, he has to have somebody help breathe. There is a scene in the movie where he is trying to connect back to the source where he can breathe, where he can get connected to the avatar, and his true self is now suffering, which means the avatar either. And when somebody, and the princess who showed him the way, Pandora people, and showed him how, and they end up falling in love and getting ready to be and all this, all the other kind of things. She had to, because she saw him, the real him, she was able to find him oxygen and give him oxygen to breathe. And because now his frail, his avatar, both are having trouble. They have to connect to the tree of life once again. Here now, the tree of life coming now to bring life, to exchange life, either to take it or change it, because there's always going to be change. When I took the scientist, she became a part of the life-giving source. So as it has to be giving back, she now comes back. Jake has to connect now his avatar and his human body to the tree. And the decision has to be made. And because who he is now connecting to who he wants to be, the intersection happens, and he comes back as his true Jake in the avatar's body. And they fight synergistically, they interconnect, they sync, they work, they fit, and the purpose which he was really truly called soldier in the first place, called to be a soldier. Now the purpose is not fulfilled. When you get to your true self, your purpose will begin to be fulfilled. And you won't be out of place. You won't be out of your avatar, and your true self will itself, because that's who you want people to see. But your real self will come forth, and your real sit in that body very comfortably and become fully, completely whole, nothing lacking or broken, nothing missing, nothing lacking, nothing broken. I see you all coming on. I see you. Thank you all for being on. Nothing lacking, missing, or broken. Real self will show up, and the enemy within is seen. The enemy within is dealt with. The enemy within is eradicated, because you do things, you're doing your work. And I'm not saying you're perfect. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're not ever going to make a mistake, but you're going to be intentionally conscious of what you say, what you do, and you are accountable to. I told you, your true self is always being responsible about what you say, what you do, but also being accountable to people that you're in community with. And if you are in grace and peace, Prophet, Francis, I see you, Pastor Jerry, I see you. Get to that place. Understand that's your nature. I see you, Marvin Roberts. I see you. Your true nature will show up, and your true nature will always you. Don't do that. Don't go there. Everything that's lawful is not expedient. I'm not saying that you're not grown enough to I'm saying that you're not grown enough to go where you want to go. I'm not saying that you're not grown enough to say what you need to say. I'm not saying that you're not grown enough to be who you want to be with. What I am saying is that you have to be conscious decisions. Because when you vote, it's going to kill this. Because some people are sure enough to understand that you a full-body person too, with needs and wants. Everything. I can go anywhere I want to go. I can do anything that I want to do. But I am clear. My assignment is not just about me. I am clear that my assignment is not just about who I am. My assignment now at the people that I'm called to, and not everybody is able to handle all of who I am, which is why I have a house, which is why I have a safe, which is why I have a place where my avatar can go and I can be fully, completely who I am, with judgment, without ridicule, without shame. The Holy Ghost will tell you cannot say that, you cannot go there. Because some people are watching and some people are not mature enough to handle the real you. I have a motto. In a place, the way I go in a place is I go out of the place. And you're not going to see me everywhere doing everything with everybody going to do it. I told you I'm full grown. I've been full grown for a long time. I am. But there are times when I couldn't see that that my assignment in certain places was up. Now, I'm not saying that I can't go there. What I am saying is when I go there, there are certain things that I can't go where I'm going. Come on. You can't do everything you gonna do in your house. And let your house be your safe space. People in your house and they don't make your house safe, then you need to check who's in. Lord Jesus. I'm not telling nobody to divorce. I'm not saying that. I ain't telling nobody to quit them. That's not what I said. I said check in your house. If your house is not a safe space and you can be fully yourself. Connected with his avatar. The avatar came back. Who he really saw him to be. And when you are really ready for somebody to see you, you will make the necessary changes inward and out. From the inside to the from the inside out, God wants to heal. From the inside out, there's people that want to see you. From the inside out, not the in, because it's the outside in that's pretentious. The outward stuff is pretentious because we want to get it, we want to beat, honey. We want to beat for the gods. Put shoe on our foot, honey. We want to we want our waist snatched, honey. We want to be. We want to put the shoe on our foot, honey. We come out and we it, and we broke up. We ain't got nothing. Easily is what I'm talking about. We cry ourselves to sleep at night because we're not whole. We're not complete. And our avatar express than we are, and a full connection is getting more press. Show yourself. Show yourself. And I'm going to close with this. When they got ready, when the movie got ready to go on, there was a time of rebuilding. Jake was able to rebuild with the people of Pandora. rebuilding process that God is doing. Rebuilding you, relationships, spirit, your prayer life, how you sit with other people, how coming out, your purpose, your destiny is getting ready. God gives you full, complete, and completely everything that you need. But there are some that have to happen inwardly and outwardly. Show yourself. I want to see you. I want you. I'm not saying we're gonna be good cut, but we're gonna shoot. We're gonna shoot. And I have, and I can't say it on here. And the breeze, and we going here. We going on vacation. Saying that. But what I'm saying is, you want real community where you give to community and you receive to community. From community and you don't give anything back. Because when you're in community, you always have to give to it. And if you are always a taker in community, check yourself, because you're about to wreck yourself. That means you're selfish, jealous, and you're insecure. If you didn't give to somebody in community and you don't know how to give to yourself, that means you got to do this. Preachers all closing. What's up with that? I said something. We have to understand that when we come out 19, because I'm staying in for grocery and I come back home. I'm not doing that. I love me. Out of COVID-19, we should be better, should be increased. Better in the sense that our inner life, because we're praying, releasing things, we're releasing people, we're releasing the things that hold us in house and bondage, that holds us and keeps us depressed. They have so many virtual counselors now that you need to find somebody there. And being isolating while you are, and I don't want to say isolating, because isolation is a dangerous thing, and it can be a dangerous thing. But while we are sheltering in, we need to be going back to prayer, to the essentials, learning who we are over again. I don't believe that by osmosis or that it's happenstance or chance. I believe that while it was designed to do one thing, God turned it around to a good thing. There's glory after this. Trying to get glory to you. But we have to get to a place where we are listening very clearly. That avatar either disconnect or merge with. Go with, let yourself go. I see you, Dad. Blessings, Coswell Jackson, my father. Either go on and become a part of the life source, or stay behind and do what you're called to do. Get in touch with your true self. Be seen. Let somebody see you. When you come out, you should be seen. And you should be seeing somebody. Let your inner life match your outer life. And don't let your life be so pretentious that your inner life is struggling. And try to let your outside self sit down, have because we got to do something different, because this ain't working. Nobody wants a friend. Nobody wants to call you. Nobody wants to be around. Check it. Check it. Love on you. Fall in love with you. Be in love with you. With you. Love you. Learn with you. And people have a problem being around you or with you. God bless you. Done. Love you. With somebody has been a blessing to you. I'm going to ask if you would, I put down in there, sow seed. If it's blessed you, share this with somebody. Please share this with somebody. Please share it with somebody. I'm gonna be on next week. Michelle, Michelle, inbox me. Pastor Amadeo, I see you. Inbox me. Pastor Mark, yes, Michelle, inbox me. There is a word for you, but I can't release it in public. I'm not going to release them out in the ether with people on. I'm not going to do that. Ebony, I see you. Thank you all. I love you all, Marie. I love everybody that's on. Sorry about the connection. I don't know what. Listen, I got to get some kind of power. What kind of internet I need to get in here? Something that's gonna cut through these. I see you, Mike. I love. Thank you for being on. If this has been a blessing to see, amount is a small amount. I appreciate everything you do, and so I don't do this for money in any way. I did it for a long time. Somebody was like, put your Cash App up, because you're being a blessing to somebody. People are being to you in turn, being a blessing to somebody else. I love you. Be well. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to. Please be kind to yourself. Yourself today. I see you, and I hope that you will see me. Cash App is $ God's Mouthpiece 0721. That's God's Mouthpiece 0722. Regina Ross, I see you. Go back, share this. Bishop Breeley, how are you? I love you, Bishop. I love you, sir. Please share with somebody. Share with somebody. Share with somebody. My Cash App again, God's Mouth 0721. And I love you all. Hope that you share this with somebody. Let somebody see you, because I want to be. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. The Lord love you. This life is what I want to see. Alexa, play Isaiah Temple Life. Turn it up. Alexa, turn it up, please. I love you. I love you more, Bishop. And Priscilla, I did not forget you. I didn't forget you on that song. This life. This life sometimes things go wrong. In this life, every day can be the same song, same sad song. One thing my comment, he said he would never leave. So as this falls on me, I will trust him to get glory out of this life. Edwin, I love you, Dee Dee. Thank you all for all those that are sowing. Thank you all. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Thank you all for sowing. Thank you all for Prophet Speaks. I'm here every Thursday at 2 p.m. Every Thursday, the Lord told me to come in and to share, and I will share according to what the Spirit. And I am preaching for my home church, Rivers of Living Water, New York and New Jersey, UCC. Will be on live. And I believe that we're going to be on. Well, I'm not sure. But tune in. There is a word from the Lord on Sunday. He's giving me a word. Thank you all for sowing. Thank you all for with me. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, thank you, honey. Thank you all for being on. Thank you all for being on. Thank you all. Thank you all for being Prophet Speaks. Thank you all. Thank you. Thanks for supporting. Thank you. I love you. Get glory out of this life. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock Sunday. 2 o'clock Sunday. I just want you to get glory out of this life. Be well. Take care. Be kind to yourself. Just ask me to repeat.